Alright, guys, welcome to episode 8 of our podcast. As we discussed last week, we're
Episode
going to be.
7.
Episode 7, shit! I'm already terrible at this. So, episode 7, we're focusing on videos now, a little bit. We're going to be doing a little bit of discussion still, a little bit of videos. Dan's still going to do his awkward hand motions. It's the same great podcast that no one watches, that everyone loves, if they did watch it. That's what we're bringing to you guys. So the first thing I think we're going to do is, PJ, you mentioned that you saw a video, right, about people giving away computers like an orphanage, or there was like some sort of like emotional...
Yeah, giveaway for an orphanage that kind of bothers me. I have some issues with it, even though it's a nice charitable thing.
So you want to talk about it a bit before we look at the video?
Why don't we just play it, and then we can go from there, because both of you haven't seen it yet, right?
Well, I just meant like what it's about.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Like, what's the gist of the video so people know what they're watching?
Basically, there was, I guess, an orphanage or some sort of child charity or some sort of group focusing around kids. And basically, there was a group that wanted to give away computers to them, which is a really nice thing to do. But before giving the computers away to them, they convinced them that the orphanage was robbed by kind of going in and like destroying the office first.
Oh, that's terrible.
So,
all right, let's look at that. That's sounds...
watch it and see. Maybe I'm making more of it than it is.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna start watching it.
Hey guys, tonight I'm at Jeffco's Children's Village. They provide homes for abused and neglected children. They have very outdated computers, no TVs, no tablets, none of the fun stuff. Tonight, I'm teaming up with my friends at Tiger Direct to change their lives. But before I do that, I'm gonna rob the place.
This already seems really mean. This already seems really mean.
From here, I was given permission to wreck the place.
Yeah, the guy's super
goofy.
Then I took all the old computers and hid them in an old
Who cleans that up?
All I had to do now was wait for the employees to
do
show
they have
up.
to clean that up, or does he go back and clean that up? I don't see him going back and doing that.
Yeah. People who won't even like get the computers have to clean it up.
Now,
it's like if somebody walked into your job, destroyed your shit.
So ladies, watch your feet. There's actually glass.
Yeah, I feel like that's great. I guess. It's not like you take it home with you.
To a child welfare agency.
The last place.
Who would do this? What? This is a child welfare
This lady is so
agency.
shocked and devastated.
Russell?
Her life is ruined.
Listen, you don't know
She's distraught.
anybody. Something like it.
They're like going around trying to ask people if they committed the crime or if they know who did it.
Do you know a maintenance guy named Russell?
Yes, I know Russell.
He's a good guy.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't ever do this.
Nah.
Maintenance man named Russell here? Very nice guy. He specifically...
I was waiting for her to sell him out. I was waiting for her to be like, Russell?
...that might know who did this.
That thief.
Russell actually gave me...
This lady's pissed!
Time out somebody who
Lady
did
in
this.
green is furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking. There was rabbit footprints upstairs, the weirdest thing.
Are you sure it's rabbit?
I mean, I've been to the zoo.
Footprints.
You don't own any
That was the
pets.
funniest thing I heard so far.
Look at this fake ass goatee this guy has too. Like, who are you fooling with that thing? That's not real hair.
Why are you wearing sunglasses and that hat during the day with the fake goatee?
Real official,
That's what
right?
I asked him.
Yeah, watch your step. Try not to touch
I would have
anything.
doubts of this guy immediately.
Before we go in,
And like they don't clean anything up, like it's some sort of
kinda
like
like the
crime
last
scene that they have to like
chance to tell me
chalk
anything you
outline all the
know.
papers on the ground or something.
Can help me out.
I don't like how he's manhandling that donut. I mean, he just needs to eat it.
everybody out of
Just
trouble.
eat it.
Yeah.
It's nice glazed.
That's basically what I'm saying.
All of these women are distraught.
Does anybody
Like, they're all just, they've never seen a break-in in their life. This is the first time for all of them.
Yep.
Now they're all
Here's the
gonna
big
cry.
reveal.
They're all gonna cry, dude. Guaranteeing calling it. What's happening?
But like this isn't their stuff. This is just the place they work.
I feel like this is staged, dude. They're all just saying, "What is this? What is this? What is this?
This seems
What is
staged.
this? What is this?
I don't know.
What is this?"
Later
Oh
on,
no, you weren't a detective?
he dumps a bag of like iPads basically on the ground. Like he's fucking Jesus. He just walks in and turns over a fucking box of iPads.
But who?
I hate.
Like, you made a good point though. Like the whole, this is someone's office. Like, why are these people so
Yeah.
excited? This is not
Just
their own
give-
stuff. This is the office
No.
equipment.
Well, it's for kids, right? It's for an
Here,
orphanage.
this is it. Hold on.
Here it is. Here it is.
Wait, what is that? Why do you gotta dump him on the ground? What an idiot.
What a prick, dude. Let's talk
Okay,
about
so-
it. Let's fucking talk
Yeah,
about
so
it.
that's that.
Yeah,
Oh
these
my
people are
God.
acting like, first off, that this is like extreme home makeover, and their lives have been
Yeah.
changed forever, and they got to take home 45 iPads, a new computer, and a laptop or something. Instead,
Nope.
this is the equipment that you go to work to every day. I mean, yes, it's nice to work on nice equipment, but it's not something you should be like, oh,
Wait, hold on.
it's just not like that.
Hold on. Because I got a new keyboard at work the other day, and it's still a shitty $5 keyboard. But that shit, I was like fucking like moving my hands on it. I was super fucking happy, dude, because I had the same shitty, dirty keyboard. I appreciate good equipment to work on, because if you're working on a slow-ass, terrible computer, it's pretty terrible.
That's fair.
I would
Yeah,
probably
that's
cry.
That's fair, I agree.
I'd cry a little
I
bit if a
agree.
guy came
But
out
I'm
and just
saying-
jumped out iPads. I'd be like, I'd freak out, dude.
If I got a new laptop for work, I'd be pretty excited, but I wouldn't be like crying overjoyed and hugging my coworkers
Yeah.
because I got a new laptop. I would just be like, "Oh, this is
Depends
awesome.
on the
My job's gonna
laptop.
be so much better now."
Depends on the laptop.
Right.
Does it? Does it though? I
The
mean, it's a
robbery
laptop.
thing is weird,
It's
though.
still-
Why does it have to be a robbery? Just give him
That's-
a computer.
that-
Exactly.
That's the main thing. Why do you have to fucking? I mean,
I guess they had.
So
You have to scare people, I guess, to make them feel
Yeah.
alive.
So I'm gonna say this. This is like
Yeah.
this is like a new trend, right? This is like a new trend in like YouTube videos, which is like people like there's stuff now where people like act homeless, right? And they'll like go around asking people for money. And then if people say yes, they're like, JK, I'm not homeless, here's $5. Thanks for being a good guy.
Yeah.
Like that's like the new thing to
It's
do
a
now.
social experiment.
Everyone's doing fucking social experiments, man. Everyone's out there
so
to prove
stupid.
or the ones that are like, here's gonna be a man changing a tire. Let's see who helps him. Nobody.
Right.
Now let's have an attractive woman.
Yeah.
And like that's not a real test. First of all,
No.
like women are gonna get help more often than guys. Men generally don't get approached to ever be helped for anything because we're assholes
Of course.
about anything when people ask if they want to help us. They're like, oh, can I help you, sir? Like,
Yeah,
oh, can you
nobody
fuck
wants to
off?
fuck us,
Can you fuck
you
off?
know?
Can you not help me? I'm fine. If I need your help, I'd ask for your help. That's what's gonna happen if you ask a dude. If you ask a girl, most of the time they're gonna be like, oh yeah, thank you so much. I just don't understand if it's a tire. I don't.
I feel like that's very one-sided, so I'm going to take the other approach to it, because that sounds very one-sided.
It's generic. It's not one-sided at all.
Uh,
It's a generalization.
I like the fact that I think the guy may have over-dramatized the event. I don't think it needed to be so dramatic, but I think it's cool that they got new equipment, I guess. I mean, especially since it's dealing with children, and then the iPads were actually for the kids. It said these are for the kids, so I guess the kids are going to get iPads, which is cool. So, I mean, he did dump them on the ground like Jesus, but I mean, he probably could have, you know. But either way, they gave away a bunch of free iPads, and those things ain't cheap, so, I mean,
Yeah,
that's pretty
true.
cool.
That's true.
It's cool at the end of the day. It's cool at the end of the day. It's just a weird way of approaching it. Like you couldn't have just been like
You
hiding
mess with
behind.
people's emotions for no reason. I don't like that.
You couldn't just be like, I don't know, like underneath their desk and be like iPads. But instead, everyone like, oh, dude, don't so loud, such beep. But yeah,
So, Dan, you said you wanted to. You have a video too. You want to watch about a roadblock?
Yeah, so I saw this weird thing, and it actually, I mean, it caught my attention, especially because it said in New Jersey, and, you know, if we haven't said it yet, that's where I live, or some of us live. I'm not going to give away
That's
everybody.
where we're all
unless they wanna
based
be
out
given
of,
away.
basically. I'm away for
Yeah.
a bit, but
I've said some
We're
fucked up
all
shit, dude. Let's
basically
not give
caught
away
up.
my location, all right? I've said some things that
he's in a
people.
bunker, 500 feet underground.
The But basically, this video surfaced, and it was someone leaving Hoboken, and it didn't say the exact road that it was on. But basically, you see this person driving on the road, and you see like the roadwork sign, the orange one on the side, and then like a few feet up or whatever, you're still driving. And all of a sudden, there's 2 cones just in the middle of a road, and there's a car parked off to the side, and then someone approaches the car. So I'll just leave it at that, and then we can like watch basically what happens in the video.
Let us go into the video. That's my hype voice.
Yeah, real hype.
Dude, we're on a road. It's dark
This
out.
road looks scary as hell.
It's pretty scary, right? I mean,
Looks
this
looks like a standard highway in the night, guys. Looks like a
There's
standard.
no lights. There's no lights on the road. Where are the
that
lights?
makes me think it might be the
Alright,
expressway.
hold up. Let's listen. This is a tense moment. If I can't see your upper body, bro, peace out.
Yeah, I would not even slow down. I would not even
But
slow
look,
down. That is some sketchy
the guy
shit.
starts walking in front of his car. You can't just run
He's
him
talking.
over.
Let's hear.
I would run him over. Fucking murdered. Would not even question it.
So that's the
crazy.
gist. So let's before we, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, how would you react, Dan? Boom. How would you react to that situation?
I mean, you can't, like I said, the guy was walking in front of his car, like when he slowed down. You're going to slow down when you see those cones. You're not going to just like whip through them, especially if you see a car on the side of the road. You know what I mean? It's pitch black, so you're not trying to like murder somebody. So he would definitely slow down, but as you can see, he tried to go to the middle of the cones, and the guy started walking in front of him. So I actually read that what the person did was when he said, "Hey man, you need any help, or can I help you?" He did that so that the guy would walk over to his side window, and at that point he would then have the straightaway to go. So he actually used that as a technique to get the guy away from the front of his car, because again, you can't run this guy over. And if he pulls out a gun in front of you, I mean, I guess at that point you just gun it.
Duck your head or something.
Yeah, I would probably try to do the same approach as he did. Just like, yeah, man, you all right? I definitely would not get out of my car.
No.
For sure. Like you said, if I can't see your upper half of your body and it's pitch black on the road, peace out. I'm gone.
PJ, you sound like you're in the same boat. You're pretty much just gonna go through it, or
the cones? It's the cones in the middle of the road. There's just something like it feels like you're in like a third world country or something.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't
it's
happen
very
in America.
strange.
That's unacceptable. I would never stop.
I would definitely never get out of the car, and I would definitely just do a slow roll. I don't think I would ever come to a dead stop. But I agree. I think so many people are so quick to say, like, just from like the YouTube comments, because I kind of saw this video and I was reading some of the comments. Everyone's so quick to be like, I would just run him over. Like, your natural reaction as a normal person in society is not to run somebody over. And I was one of those people. No. I initially said, like, I would just run him over, fuck it. But then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, I would probably not take the risk that that dude was just like collecting charity or some shit. I don't know. I wouldn't be collecting charity, but just in case he was.
He could have just been broken down like, hey.
Nobody does that.
That road was pitch black.
The cones are the thing. The cones are the thing that definitely elevate it from like a weird kind of situation. Because I would not stop for a dude who was on the side of the road that I didn't know. That's just me in the middle of the night if I was by myself.
No.
But if you put out two cones,
I would probably stop.
See, if you put out two cones though, I would definitely not stop.
Never. No, there's something weird about that. I would just run over the cones. I mean, really, how much damage is that going to do to your car? Do you get a couple miles down the road, you pull the cone off?
It would depend the car, I think. If you have a lower car, it could fuck it up probably.
Yeah.
But if you have like an SUV, I'd be like, just fucking roll right over that shit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's
You wouldn't even hit it.
Yeah, but if his hands were in his pockets or anything and he was walking towards my car, I would definitely just get around him in any way I could. I wouldn't fuck around. I would not worry about damaging my car over a living. So even if he was in the middle of the thing, I would be like, fuck it, dude. I'm going to try and avoid this guy the best I can because I don't want to kill somebody, even if they're trying to kill me in that moment.
Especially if you had a dash cam. The guy had a dash cam, so it's like you already have proof on your side. This whole situation's weird, and you can...
How do you guys feel about dash cams?
Trying to hurt the guy.
Do you guys think everyone should get them?
I like him. I do.
Yeah,
I like them.
I do. Actually.
I've honestly seen enough stuff where like I've never seen any negative reason to having one. Like every time I see it, it's always it's always a good thing. It's always catching somebody doing something fucked up at some point. Yeah.
I think cops should wear GoPros or something like GoPros all the time.
They're actually doing that. In a sense, they now wear on their chest video cameras. It was a new
Okay.
thing. There's actually a lot of controversy behind it because it's basically you're being filmed 24/7 and you don't know it. It's basically Big Brother at that point. So yes, they should wear the cameras, but at the same time, it's also spying on like just public in general, just
I think it's
from them
pointless.
doing their job normally.
And the reason why I think it's pointless is I think the police are going to hide what they want to hide regardless, right? So people think they're going to do GoPros, which is going to prevent police from just being straight up, corrupt and things like that. But you can edit footage. You can hide what you want to hide. If they have control over the
Yeah.
source of where that data is going, it's really not
Yeah, they
hard.
can do whatever they want.
They're going to protect their own at the end of the day, and if they wear cameras to appease the
Of
masses,
course.
they're going to do it. They've done the same thing for so on and so forth. And it's not to say that all cops are bad. I think cops are the unfortunate group of people that are always going to be held to a higher standard, obviously, right? Because they're
Much higher standard.
a much higher
It's
standard.
not even close.
And when one person does something wrong, it fucking highlights it across the board. Like it's such more of a big deal if a cop does something wrong than just like a normal person. I think the fucked up stuff that police do that's like accepted and people don't care about is like the entrapment stuff for like getting people for like drugs, for like marijuana, and like they went into a school and like they
Yeah.
tricked a bunch of like 17-year-olds into selling the cop like an eighth of like weed. Like when you're and like all the kids got expelled, they all got federal charges. And like when you're doing stuff like that, that's where I am like,
Yeah, it's shitty.
but they're doing it for money because they don't have enough money to support like their
Of
infrastructure.
course, and it looks good. It looks like they're doing something. It looks like they're achieving some sort of goal. On that note, you guys heard about Alaska and DC and Guam and there's another.
Yep.
Fuck, was it Oregon or something?
No, I
A bunch of
didn't.
places
Last, I
legalized
believe.
weed.
No, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just all at once? They all just did it?
Well, election day. Election day was on Tuesday, so
Oh,
there was a
that
bunch
makes
of ballot
sense.
measures, and they all passed.
Wow,
So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna happen. I think within the
the
next
tides are turning.
I think within the next 10 years it'll be completely legal.
I agree.
Let's just
I
face
agree.
it.
I think gay marriage is going to be first, and then I think
Pennsylvania's
they'll
what
legalize
a mostly Republican state. Am I wrong in saying that? Are they Republican voting? Pennsylvania as a whole.
weed. I think so. I think
Because
because
for-
it's
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh and Philly
Well,
are liberal, and then everything else is Republican and very Republican.
I think that's going to be one of the last ones to
Ohio.
go. But I think it's still a big deal for, even though Philly's the liberal one, to take the stance that Philly did in terms of like giving people tickets now, but not charging them with when they have
Yeah,
like small amounts.
decriminalized or whatever.
Yeah, that's a huge step for that area, considering the demographics surrounding it.
But
So
it's a Republican thing too. Alaska's really Republican, but it's like individual rights and the government has no say over what I do with my body sort of argument. So it kind
Right.
of falls on both sides.
That's true. That's a good point. That's
You
actually a
get the
really good
hippies
point.
and then also the super liberals. Which I mean, and it makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's
It's never killed anybody, so why treat it like it's heroin or something?
In regards to that, I actually have a video that's related to that that people will enjoy. Here you go, Ryan.
Okay.
Pull that bad boy up.
All right, let's do it.
Basically,
So-
what happened?
Go ahead.
it-
Sorry.
Go ahead and play it. We don't need a description of this one. Just go ahead and play it. And
Just gonna
describe
jump
itself.
into it?
No.
This is like going to a first date, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you're a little bit nervous, maybe you're a little bit scared. You don't know what to expect. We're gonna click the link and find out what treasures are in store for us.
It's
Here
a
we
blind.
go.
It's a blind date.
Dude, my mouse
This is the wisdom teeth one?
So my mouse is fucked up so bad it's
Damn.
like flashing all over. I can't click anything. No, it's.
Get ready, country fans.
Oh, I got a YouTube ad.
New York
It's the
City's
worst.
first ever country music festival starring
It is the worst.
Now, here's the thing.
The YouTube ad is definitely worst.
So here's the dude talking.
broaden his fan base
He's
by
British.
personally appealing to a Welsh farmer to come
Indeed,
to his
yep.
concert. The man in question, Ian Neal, caught Snoop's eye rather, and he broke the record for growing the world's biggest Swede. Keen to learn his skills, Snoop sent him a special invitation.
So Snoop heard about your talent, didn't he?
Yes.
I love anything that's a fucking
You
like British accent
touch
interview.
on YouTube. Well, what did you think when you heard that message?
What did you think
I
when
don't
you
even- what
watched
is
it
that,
on
like a root?
YouTube?
I don't know.
But in the end, we went to the booking office and managed to get him back, and I got my VIP pass with me to show my friends.
And you met him last night?
Met him last night, and I had a smoke with him. I
Look
don't
at this guy.
but he offered me one, so I took one.
Listen, hold
I
on.
think that's just tobacco.
No, it wasn't.
I fucking love old people, dude. Because old people are like little kids, except for they know what they're doing and they don't give a shit. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Kids are adorable because they don't
Yeah.
know, and old people are they're just awesome. You've earned this. You've earned this right to just not give a fuck at all. You could shit in public
true.
and no one's gonna do anything.
Nobody
You'll get
cares.
pity. If I shit in public, people will be like, he needs help. Get him counseling. He's a grown man. Why can't he control himself?
I mean, you shouldn't be doing that in public. You are a grown man, and you shouldn't be doing
But
that.
I'm just saying, that's what I mean. It's not acceptable. But as an old man, if I just
Yeah.
wanted to fake it, I could, and people would totally buy into it. I could just shit right next to
Yeah.
you,
You
right
get away
next
with
to you.
murder. They're like, what are we gonna do? Well, you put this guy in jail so he can die in a year or two? Nobody fucking cares.
That's true.
I would totally.
I saw one actually the other day. Actually, I just saw a video recently where this guy basically thinks he's in Grand Theft Auto, and he basically
I saw
steals
that too, running
cars
through
and
the
goes off
snow.
track. You guys want to see that one?
That
It's a
sounds-
good one.
yeah,
so
I
I
haven't
haven't seen that one. Here,
I
I'll
haven't
send
seen it.
Oh,
There you
it's
go.
awesome.
Yeah, actually, this guy thinks he's in Grand Theft Auto. Basically, I'm just gonna leave it at that because he, no one should be normally doing this. I don't know what this guy thought he was gonna try and get away with, but
All right, let's watch.
Oh my gosh, he's hijacking someone else's car.
What the fuck? Where is he driving to?
I like how she just
He's
runs
just
off
running.
like it would be a video game.
He's just running. It totally is like GTA though.
It is. Where's he going?
It's off-roading.
So the child, she left her kid in the car?
Oh my god, I just read that. I didn't even realize that.
She didn't even get her own kid out of the car? Like, dude, you would definitely... What kind of mother's like, fuck it. Fuck the car, fuck the kid, I'm out. Peace out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
she
it
just
all
got in the
probably
car and
happened
ran.
so fast.
I would
You probably
definitely,
don't realize
I would
it.
definitely
Right.
remember my kid. I definitely think
Right.
your father or mother, whatever the
Maternal
instinct's called,
instinct?
whatever the fuck's called.
Yeah.
You'd fucking
My
go.
whole thing is criminals.
Oh
these
my
days,
god.
There's so much surveillance and everything else. It's like unless you're
What is he
invest in
doing?
the best,
He doesn't
you
even know what
you're
he's doing.
You should not be doing it. Why is the
No,
door open?
he's-
He just hit somebody.
He's freaking
He's
out,
out.
dude. He's freaking out. He's just jumping up and down. Like, he has no idea. He had one plan. Steal a car, and he had no follow-up. He had no idea what he was doing next.
Look at this stupid,
Where's he-
obvious jacket he has on too. Like, how are you
Yeah,
gonna
like
hide?
bright
With a fucking
yellow.
big-ass
Oh my god, he's
yellow
gonna hit this
jacket.
car too? What the fuck is this guy doing?
You look like a crossing guard. It's a maniac.
And why is
Smoke
everyone
pouring
just
out of the car and
watching
stuff.
him? Everyone in the news is just like, so he's going around the corner now. It looks like he's gonna steal another car. Let's stay tuned. Let's find out.
Yeah. Oh no, what is he doing?
This happens though. This is really big on the West Coast. Police chases
Really?
and stuff. Yeah. I think, I don't know, maybe
guess-
there's laws against it on the East Coast, but on the West Coast, this happens, and it's on the news, and it's just a thing. You just watch it.
Dude, I would
And it's not
freak
cooking,
out.
But
He just threw, like, he's just like, he's straight up, he just took a U-turn? He just
yeah, it's Grand
I don't know
Theft
why
Auto,
that's
it's
so
wild.
funny to me. He just did a casual U-turn and abandoned a car and then carjacked somebody. And now he's driving on the wrong side of the road?
Yeah, he's
Is there
insane.
still a kid in the other car, though?
Yeah.
Well, the other car
He left the
ditched
kid,
it.
which
Oh my
is
god,
nice.
he was getting in accidents and stuff. Look, she's coming.
What a maniac.
Oh
Like,
my
there's a
god.
helicopter, Bubby. Where are you going?
Why are you just driving into everything? Why are you instantly out of the car?
Yeah, what makes you think
Oh my
driving
God, he
on the
just
other
dro-
side of the road is a good idea, too?
It never is.
He's just trying to carjack everybody in sight. He's just carjacking.
He just wants to keep going.
This is why I lock my door every time I get in my car. And I know it seems stupid, but this is why I lock my doors when I drive. Because it's not worth this shit happening. He tried to pull me out of my car, I'd be like, it's locked, bro. I would fucking roll my window down, give him the finger, and drive.
A lot of cars lock automatically, like once you're rolling.
I think my Honda actually does lock it automatically. At 10 miles per hour, it just locks it.
Right.
Okay, that's how fast you always drive.
Dude, the fact that he just tried to jump the fence and he went into it like this, like he didn't go over, he just fucking like...
Look how tired he is, though. He must have been exhausted.
He gave up
Yeah,
instantly.
for sure.
He instantly just fucking... just done.
Yeah. Surprised they didn't beat him.
That's nuts!
They were, like, pretty gentle.
That was one of the crazier videos I've seen in a while. That's... wow.
Yeah, that guy just thinks he's in Grand Theft Auto. Like, what are you?
Yeah.
What are you trying to accomplish? Like,
What does your mindset
stole
have to be?
4
Going...
vehicles, crashed into 7, stole a child. You're going to jail for life.
I still want to know who the fuck was like, oh, my kid... I mean, I guess if you got ripped out of the car and he just drove away, there's not much you can do.
Like, the husband got ripped out of the car, and then the wife was probably just like, oh my god, and like, jumped out of the car, and like, the guy just peeled off.
The one lady, though,
yeah,
I wasn't
man,
expecting it. She, like... I guess the thing is, too, is like, okay, so obviously you aren't watching the newscast, as this guy is just fucking terrorizing the area. But
Yeah,
so this guy drives into your car, you're instantly gonna get out. Like, if you've driven my car, I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? And then he just instantly throws me to the ground and just steals my car. You're never gonna expect that. Like, you're never gonna expect that part of it. I guess that's the point. Is he isn't just like knocking on.
Up and like wrestle for it.
Yeah, I mean, good for her. I mean,
Punk.
you definitely not just lay on the ground and be like. I would just throw my. I would probably just get my arm broken.
Quickly.
I don't know. I would definitely
It
just.
all happened so quickly, though.
He did throw her out like really easily. He was like much stronger than I anticipated because that was a grown ass woman and she was just fucking done. Like. That's nuts. Why do people like that exist?
Yeah,
like,
that's...
what has happened in your life? You're like, you know what I'm gonna do today? Steal as many cars as I can. Fuck it.
It's just super selfish.
But you have to know that you're going to prison forever. When you go, unless you're a complete idiot, you have to know going into that. No matter like, there's even people who are
drugs.
Even people, I feel like
maybe.
Most people, even people who like, you know, a lot of times when like random ass crimes happen, maybe they have like a mental issue or something like that. But most people have some form of comprehension of guilt, with a few exceptions. So like, I feel like they know exactly what they're doing. So what fucking just makes them just say fuck it?
But you also don't know what he did, like why he started running in the first place.
That's what I mean. What was the trigger? That's what I want to know. Like, what fucking...
But if you know, like, let's say you know you're going to go to jail for, like, a decade. If you know that as soon as they catch you, you're going to be in jail for 10 years, you're going to do whatever you can to not get caught. It makes no difference what you do. You just know that...
And if you happen to get away, you would run forever.
That guy was not trying to get away.
Right.
That dude was just doing U-turns. That guy was stealing cars and then driving back to the scene of the crime. He was doing the opposite of getting away. He was fucking waving, going back around, hitting a tree. I just
Why did he make a U-turn? He let everybody catch up to him.
I think my favorite part, personally, was when he drove into the car, and then he gets out of the car, and he kind of like looks around, and then he goes to get back in, and then he gets out, and he looks around, and then he just gets back in. It was like he didn't understand what to do.
Completely frantic.
He was like, "Where is my car to steal?"
He was freaking out at that point.
It's like in GTA when you want a new car,
out.
like you're driving a shitty minivan, you want a nice car, so then you're just like, I'm just gonna stand in the middle of the road until a nice car comes by, and then it doesn't come by, so you get that, so you get your shitty van,
and the cops are coming closer, and you got 5 stars.
Yeah.
I mean, he was at like 2 stars. That was like 2 police cars coming after him. 5 stars is like tanks, helicopters, SWAT teams.
Yeah.
And the guy had a helicopter.
That's different though.
I mean,
they weren't shooting at him.
SWAT helicopter. I mean, this is also real life. They're not going to just start shooting machine gun bullets from a helicopter at somebody on the road.
Right,
here's a web copter.
Do you think it's cool for the cops to shoot this guy because he could kill somebody with the car?
No.
And it seems excessive, but
no. I
No,
don't.
I think
He
it's
could
all
kill
about
somebody.
the approach of how he gets out of the car. So since he jumped on the fence and then basically just was like F it and laid down. No,
PJ was
you
talking
can't shoot
before
him.
that. PJ was talking before
If
that.
they were like to come at him.
Yeah,
before
the
that.
part where he collides with the police car and the cop is right there.
I
I
say
think you can
there's.
shoot out the tires, but I don't think you can physically shoot him.
I think
Like
as
you can
long
try to stop the car, but I don't think you should shoot him. Or
You
rubber
only-
bullets. You can do rubber bullets, but not an actual bullet.
you only
That
resort.
should be more of a thing. Rubber bullets.
It should. It should instead of real bullets.
Yeah, but I was
Because
gonna
it
say.
doesn't. I mean, they just basically. Go ahead.
Fuckers. I was just gonna say, I think there's no real need to shoot them unless like he was already out of the car. Even when he collided with the cop car, he's on foot and he has no lethal force at that point. His lethal force is gone. So I understand
That's true.
if he was
Weapon or
if he
anything.
was
had a
still
weapon, it's different.
No.
and if he was still in a car
for sure.
and they had no other way of catching him and he was like driving towards the school, just pull the fucking trigger. If he's gonna kill other people, if he's clearly just doing 100 in like a fucking nursery, just fucking blast him before he gets in
Yeah.
there. Like, but I think you always wait. You have to wait
all
until it's the
situational.
last moment. You have to wait until it's the last moment.
True.
You have to wait until
True.
lives are
Well,
in
they
danger.
showed a lot of restraint.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the cops there because they showed a lot of restraint.
So
They did.
wisdom
They did.
teeth. That's So there's a video.
Ah.
There's a video, and there's really no need to explain it other than this kid gets a wisdom teeth out, and it's pretty hilarious. There's a few videos out there like this, but this is honestly one of my favorites. So I'm gonna jump into this.
I
It's-
agree.
It's worth the
It
full
makes
watch.
me want to get put under.
Let's just nobody
It is
talk.
worth
Let's
the
just
full
enjoy
watch.
this one and then talk about it after because I don't want to miss anything because it gets kind of loud.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's give this a listen.
Stand up. Come on.
Ads.
I'll restart it then because we were kind of talking.
Cameron, stand up. Come on.
A nigga cannot stand up. He got the shaky, stinky waking. You know shit?
Oh man, the kid is fucked up.
Cameron, stop.
I'm trying to walk. Damn. Okay. Oh shit. No.
He's trying so hard.
Okay. I think I can walk.
Yo, fuck vertical video though. Turn that shit sideways.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part coming up. Hold on. So good. So good. I'm just waiting for it.
Brian, be quiet.
Cameron, we gotta go in the house.
We gonna get in the house and we gonna do it in the shower. Shit, we gonna do some ninja shit. Watch the shower.
Cameron, we gotta. God.
Fuck that nigga. What the fuck you?
It's you.
Bitch, you saw my shirt?
It's what, Cameron? It's your
Mom, you saw
shadow.
my shirt. Let me fuck
That
him
it's
up.
you. It's you.
Oh, shit.
Cameron. Oh my God.
Y'all look-
Oh my God.
the ball. That's it. Anything?
Cameron.
What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck?
Nah, I ain't going to no fucking place. That nigga crazy. What y'all doing to
We
me?
going in the house.
No.
That's a ghost.
What the fuck? That's the ghost. You got me fucked up.
It's from Halloween.
Oh, we...
It's just different.
Mama, no. Fuck the decoration. We black. We black and shit like that. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, we can get the fuck out.
Cameron,
Yeah, we
Wow.
can get the fuck out.
you gotta come in the house.
We can get the fuck out. That's it.
Kid's devastated.
So what makes it a little bit better too, just so everyone's on the same page, is if you look at the comments of the video, the mother who posted said that her son had never used the N-word and had never cursed in front of her in her entire life, and he's 18. So like she had literally thought that she had this nice 18-year-old boy, and then he gets a little drugged up, and he's just full blown,
Yeah.
just straight.
That's how he talks to all his friends, I bet. I bet you he's exactly that guy when he's with his friends, but around his mom or whatever.
I just love.
He had this.
Fucking decoration.
I just fucking love this. You stole my shirt. I'll fuck you up.
Have you guys had your wisdom teeth removed before?
No, I need to. I have all 4 in. but the one's kind of like crooked, and it's kind of messing up my bottom teeth. So I need to get them
Mhm.
out. They like told me to do it, and I was like, "Fuck you, it's America." And now I'm like, I should have gotten those out. I should have listened to those professional people that only work with teeth, but I didn't.
Yeah, I've gotten mine
Well, the
pulled
longer
before.
you, yeah, was it like that? Did you get put under, or did you get a local anesthetic?
I've had
Like, did you go to
I have
sleep?
all four of them. All four of them are gone. And I had one where they did local anesthetic, and then the one time they knocked me out. I don't remember when I got knocked
Why'd you
out.
have
I don't think
two?
anything eventful happened.
Why'd you have two
Just the
procedures?
top. Actually, I got the wisdom teeth removed, and then I got two removed when I got braces.
Just
when I was
teeth
younger?
in general. So the
Yeah,
teeth in
yes,
so
I
the
don't- I
teeth
don't
in
think they
general
were-
that
They're
you
like
did,
closer to the front.
was that the local anesthetic when they just did it for your braces?
Yeah.
That's what they did for me too.
Yeah, I think the wisdom teeth are too far back.
They made me super uncomfortable though when they did it, because the dye it was actually like in there pretty good, but it was a baby tooth, and the main one was like the adult tooth was coming through anyway. So they ripped it out, but man, he was struggling so hard that he ended up ripping off half of it, and the guy just had like half a tooth, like he like chipped it, and like I just heard the fucking like just crunching in my mouth, like almost as if like I ate
you
like
can feel it.
like almost when like you eat a bone,
It's this little.
dude. It was
You
I
got the
was
little-
I was just
That thing sucks.
I was 14. Just I hate the dentist. There's no part of me that enjoys the dentist because out of all the doctors, I think they're the least energetic and happy. Like you go to the dentist and they're like, "Oh, you didn't floss, huh? You didn't floss, huh? No, no.
Yeah, they're dickheads.
What'd you eat? Wait, how much you eat? How many fucking treats you eat? How many fucking candies you have, kid? How many? Fucking 4. Getting interrogated. You know what happens? You go to the you know what happens when you go to the pediatrician? They give you candy. Those fuckers give you candy. The other guys are interrogating you for eating it. It's ridiculous. How about you fucking let me play
dentists
like
have crazy high suicide rates. They like kill themselves as a profession way more than the average.
I almost said good, but that's really
It's just a horrible job. You put your hands in people's mouths all day. Who would want to do that? That sounds awful.
Yeah, well,
still.
I mean,
well, it would have to be your
would
passion
you
though.
rather
Like,
do
just
that?
get up in somebody's face. Fuck that.
I mean, there's a lot of professions where I have to hand it to people that do it.
I respect the shit out of
You know,
hairdressers. I honestly I do. Anybody who does hair, because so like a guy like guys
Yeah,
like
people
us.
are gross.
Like I was gonna say, like people who take care of themselves is not a big deal. Like if you shower and things like that, but not everybody who walks in there is like showered. So like, what if you just cut in some like gristly fucking hair? Like I asked them, dude. I'm a pretty talkative guy. I like to have a conversation when I get my haircut. So like I like to get their stories.
I don't.
I hate
Dead
awkward.
silent. Just dead silent.
I hate awkward silences. So
Good, perfect.
I like to
Yeah,
ask
it
them
always
stuff
looks
like like who's like the worst customer you've had and shit like that. And like every
I'm like, you don't want to like fuck up their flow or whatever.
they do it all day, dude.
I feel like
they can talk and do what they're doing.
No.
I disagree.
I feel like whenever I switch off.
No, they can.
Sometimes I will
just don't
talk.
want to.
Sometimes I won't. And I feel like when I talk, they take more time, which is fine. But then I feel like I don't get as good of a haircut. The times where I'm not really talking, they're like in the zone, like they probably don't want to talk to you. You know how many times they've got asked like, "Oh, how was your weekend?"
Yeah.
Well, they'll ask me about their weekend. I want to know what like their
give me
most
my
tragic moments. I want to know their lowest points. Like I don't give
You
a
want
fuck.
to like get to know them on a different level.
I don't want to know their highlights.
That's different.
I want to
Not
know
one person's doing that.
like what was
You
your
wanna
worst
get highlights in your
customer?
hair? Blonde ones?
Only if it was the 90s. I would totally rock that. I would get frosted tips.
One of those crowns.
Yeah, man.
One of those. Yeah, frosted tips.
If I was like a
frosted
teenager in the
tips.
90s, I would frosted tip the shit out of my hair.
Yeah, I was a teenager in the 90s. I did have frosted tips.
How are you? What were you,
Terrible.
13?
I had
Were you 13?
Fucking
I had orange
awful.
hair,
I guess.
Liberty spikes, braids. I had everything.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
10.
you did. Damn, you did a lot of hair stuff.
Yeah, that could have happened.
I switch my hair all the time.
You had red hair for a while, didn't you?
Who goes
Orange
red?
hair too.
Who? Why? Why would you ever willingly go orange?
It was like that
'Cause
new metal
that's just what I
generation.
did.
It was fucking edgy
Yeah.
as shit.
New metal generation.
That's so fucking edgy, dude. I was
Speaking
so
of-
fucking
Totally,
edgy.
though.
Me and my skateboard and my Liberty Spikes, edgy as shit.
Yeah, it was
Go
cool
ahead,
when you
Brian.
did it.
No, you know what's more
Yeah.
edgy and more badass than dyeing your hair orange is withstanding a G-force test like this fucking kid. This kid goes into. I'm gonna pull up a video in a second, but this kid, I guess it was they were at like a college site or like a college campus, and they were like letting kids do a G-force test. But this kid just fucking slays it and just does.
No, he's.
I don't. I want to
He's
give it
a
all
military
away.
guy, I think.
Is it a military thing?
Hey,
I thought they were. I thought they were
like college.
I thought they were like at a college thing,
Yeah, this is a,
like a recruitment
this
thing.
is like an Air
military
Force
stuff.
test.
Oh,
This is like an
well.
Air Force test to fly fighter jets.
Well, I thought
And
they
I
were
guess
like.
you could they probably test you here for like being an astronaut too. Honestly, if you can withstand G forces like that, then you'd probably be good in space. So
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what that G force is.
So you guys have already seen this, so I'm gonna kind of skip around and I'm gonna call it some timestamps. But we obviously this video is about 15 minutes long, and we don't really have the full time or the liberty to watch it all.
Yeah.
But let's jump into this.
Where are you starting?
Alright, sir.
So I think we'll just watch the beginning until you know, watch that initial part where it ramps up.
All right.
Watch like the first 2 minutes, and then you just go to the end for the last test. Get the basic idea after the first 2 minutes, kind of.
Center stick. Stick's hot. Profile's running.
You started?
Feel a slight
Yeah,
glow
it's
onto
been
the
started.
G-suit
Sorry.
Right about now. Remember, no stray, no G-suit. Let the lights get in 6% and release that center stick.
So basically, the thing is he's actually standing here, and he's holding on to a bar. So he has his feet planted on the ground. He's holding onto a bar like this, and he's getting like pressure, like an elevator. What, like falling or shooting up really
spins.
fast?
It's like a fuck. What is that called? A centrifuge?
Oh, like a gravitron. Remember that thing from back in the day?
Kind of like that.
And you
except you
stick to-
face.
you
You
stick
face
Dude,
to
just
the
look
wall
at his
instead of
face go,
against-
like
against
his
the wall.
lips. That's the craziest
think.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to control him. It looks like he's real sad.
He's so serious, dude. I
You
just
can
love.
see
I love when his
his
lips
face
part.
there.
I love when they part.
That's what I was laughing at. That's my favorite part.
Because he's still so serious in his
He's got it.
eyes.
Yes, but his lips are parted. There you go.
Did they even pass out, or did they just stop it for him? They're like, no, this kid's gonna fucking die. We gotta turn this off.
I think he's got a stick.
Alright, sir.
He's got a stick that he holds, and then basically, if he lets go of it, it stops the machine.
Oh, okay.
Like flying a jet. So like you pull the stick back as if you're like basically going upside down in a jet.
Now, I want you to describe that light loss for me.
So he just did 6.8 Gs.
My left eye was still good. I just.
So I'm gonna skip around, and I don't know the timestamp super well.
I need the strain on that.
But I'm gonna skip to like.
You can just shout him out when you.
Let's go to 7
end up
minutes
there.
in or so.
It's gonna be but I need you to
That's a
do
good
it,
point.
alright?
So basically, for you viewers, they're doing different tests at different G-forces, and he has to control his breathing a certain way, and he's following their instructions on how to maintain stability in terms of being alert and being able to fly a fighter jet if he was to do it under immense amounts of G-force. So right here, he's at a break of doing a various G-force test where he has to hold it for a specific amount of time and see how he performs.
What's the like issue? Like, do people pass out or do they vomit?
They can't control
what are they looking
it.
out for?
He's trying to hold the stick, which is essentially like pulling a fighter jet stick back if you're like pulling up, if you're doing like one of those. So it's supposed to be about control and not passing out, and controlling your blood loss. Because blood loss is a main thing where it'll rush to your head and you'll pass out. So you have to lock your legs a certain
Basically,
way.
falling to the ground. You want to be able to pull up and actually be able to control it without passing out at such a high speed, basically.
Yeah.
Or I guess shooting up really fast and really high.
Alright, so the test is going. I want to.
Either way.
We're at 3 Gs. Next is 6.
It's going 3. Oh, this is the spiky one, okay.
You didn't say breath.
Legs. Breath. Hold it. You're on top. Breathe.
At least he seems like he's got a sense of humor about
Write
it.
it down if you can.
He's super candid.
Breathe. How's that feel?
Okay.
Alright.
Looks like somebody's like poking his balls with a fucking razor blade or something.
Back down to 3.
I just like how he's like, oh, how do you feel? You're at
He's just
7
trying
Gs. He's like, it's cool, it's whatever.
Hit! The noises. The
It's just,
noises.
They have to do that.
Pressure
Hold it,
on your
top
chest,
three.
though.
Titrate it down if you can.
Feel the pressure.
They have him breathe like that on purpose. It's a breathing technique. So he's supposed to go and like release it.
So, like,
Apparently, it's some
muscles or something?
it's some sort of breathing technique under high pressure to get maximize your airflow. So they've been teaching him that, and they want him to take it in a certain way and make it click like a K sound. That's what you'll hear. Listen.
Yeah.
All right, so they're going up to 7.5 now.
Listen.
Breathe. Halfway there. Breathe. Let me hear that hic. Breathe. There you go. Last one. Coming down off the profile. Keep your legs stick, glutes engaged all the way down.
Crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead towards the end for his final test.
Pull on the stick. It's not like what you've already done.
So let's
Alright.
go to
Release that center stick.
go to 11 minutes and 25 seconds.
You can let go of the stick. Alright, there you go. Do you have any live loss? No. Alright.
Yeah, he seems pretty well intentioned. I feel like I'd be like, fuck this.
Well, he's exhausted. Look, he's exhausted from sitting
No,
still.
definitely not.
He's out of fucking breath from holding a stick.
Well, listen what the guy's saying.
This is the important part, yeah.
Now, the way this works is this. If you choose to take on the AG for 30-second challenge, you will be flying the profile, okay? Meaning you have to pull on the stick. It's not like what you've already done. You would just bury the stick in your gut, hold it back, and you can hold it at 8 Gs. If you hold it all the way back for 30 seconds, you've made the 8 G for 30 seconds. You can go to a lower G, you can let go at any time. In other words, you have total control over your destiny. But the goal that I'm challenging you is to actually bury it in your gut and hold it there for 30 seconds. You want
That's so intense. 8 Gs, you have a stick in your fucking gut. As it's just trying to desperately fucking pull away from you, and you're just pushing it back with all of your strength and force, just trying to hold it in your chest. You're doing what that woman couldn't do with her child.
Get to it. Yeah, he doesn't get to it until like about 13:30.
You got to pull back on the stick, okay? In fact, there's a little
That's okay, we can keep it going.
You actually need
It's close enough.
on the airplane, but it'll be simple because it'll be limited to 8 Gs. So as soon as you bury the stick as far back as you can, it'll only go to 8 Gs.
It's just
To
crazy.
give people an idea of like what the experience is like, if you've ever done one of those gravitrons that goes around in the circle, that's 2.5 to 3 Gs.
I've been in that, and you know what? That does feel like a lot of pressure too.
Dude, imagine 3 times that, and you're having to hold something completely against your chest, basically, the entire time. Like, as tight as you can.
Here it goes.
Here we go.
Well, and like trying to move your hand off the wall or whatever.
Listen to this guy now.
Just even that's
This is
difficult.
crazy, this initial part.
I'm gonna pass you back to your instructor. Good luck to you.
No, he's so panicked.
Just such a nice fanning.
Yeah, a little breeze.
My oh my, these G-forces are so strong.
Right.
Let me know when you're ready.
Such
Hammer in that center
Some
stick.
southern woman.
Alright, let's do it. Sticks hot.
Dan's as serious
Oh
as
my
the guy.
God.
Hold it back. Hold it back. Tights on. Stay on that bird. Alright, you're on your own, sir. Work on your HSM. You'll be better to make it. Don't grunt it out.
Wow.
There you go. Keep it like
Yeah.
that.
So, I mean, that's a lot of pressure. I mean, I remember being in the Gravitron 3, and you can actually like spin upside down in those, but this guy has to actually stand up, like with his own 2 feet, just holding a bar. Actually, and in that one, he's actually so he has to pull the bar while standing on his own 2 feet. Like the Gravitron, you just like you just lay back, and then it takes.
I'm pretty
you.
sure he's sitting. I don't
Yeah,
think
he's sitting.
standing. I'm
He has,
pretty sure
remember,
he's sitting.
remember he has to lock his legs in? Because his legs were bending backwards initially in one of the earlier tests. He wasn't controlling his legs well enough, so they were going behind him. So he's having to sit, but even more so, he's having to lock his legs while everything's trying to push against him. So he's just like,
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
That
nuts.
sounds terrible. Yeah,
That's
not-
really cool though.
That sounds
He definitely was like a he had to be like a 20-year-old kid, if that. He was a young ass dude.
Yeah, he was pretty young.
And he was just so like chill. He gets yelled at actually in the video. We didn't see it, but he tells the instructor that he doesn't even feel like he needs to do that breathing technique when he just did like 7.5 Gs. The instructor's like, I know you do not feel that way, son, but it is for your benefit and for the benefit of those around you that you continue to do the breathing technique that we instructed you to do because you do not know enough about being in the Air Force, sir. Okay? Go ahead and do that breathing technique now. Thank you.
I can never go into the military. I would do horrible in the military.
He's just so fucking stern about it.
Some people need that. Some people need that in their life.
Yeah.
Some people need that.
Fuck you, Dan.
It seems like Justin's brother's very different.
Yeah, Justin's brother. Yeah, when I saw him, he was different. He was definitely. I mean, that's good though, because
different in what way? I don't.
People, like I said,
in a
people
good
need
way.
that.
He seemed more disciplined and like.
I don't know Justin's brother.
In like code.
So I've never really known anybody on a personal level before and after the military. So can you guys kind of elaborate on like Justin's brother like beforehand and your thoughts on him afterwards? Not to get too personal. I don't want to like put his shit out there.
No,
but, like,
I mean his brother was a basic teenager. He liked to mess around with his friends.
A regular guy.
You know, get in trouble. Just a regular guy. But basically, he went to the military, and now, I mean, he's still a regular guy, but he has like he can function as a normal human being. He doesn't have to like, I'm gonna make a scene or anything else. He's just a normal person. Like he's like. They teach you basically code and like I would say they act different because you're trained. Exactly. Your behaviors are more trained, so you know when you need to lash out. Yes. You know when to lash out and not to lash out. Yeah. Now when you go to like war or something, that's a completely different story because then, you know, you deal with different real life situations that you would never deal with anywhere else.
I think
depending on what position you're in, but
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think not that I want to, but there's a certain morbid curiosity of wanting to know the kind of feelings I would experience being in a war zone and potentially having to kill somebody. I think that's one of those things where if you kill somebody, like in concept, you're like, oh, I'll kill a terrorist, no problem, right? But I think that moment where you actually when you actually take a life away, I'm saying people say that, right? But when you actually do it, I think you have that moment of like, I just killed somebody. Like I literally murdered this person. I'm curious to see there are people. I don't think anybody enjoys it. I don't think anyone takes any enjoyment out of it. But there's definitely people that can cope with it much better, and there's obviously people that can't. It's a morbid curiosity to me to see how I would handle myself in that situation. I don't know.
That's just what they train you how to handle situations like that. I mean, that's basically what you go through boot camp for. That's what you do, continue training after that. I mean, obviously they can train you as much as they possibly can to be, you could say, robot-like, so you don't feel anything. I mean, obviously you're a human being, you're going to feel something, but you're going to be able to shut off emotions better than you would have before if you would
emotions are important
and go out and kill somebody.
Using your emotions to your
Not for a soldier, though. Emotions are not important for a soldier.
It's about using it to your advantage, though. I think it's about a way of
emotions can get people killed.
I agree.
It's all
That's
about
true.
It's got to be all logic.
It's skill.
You got to think like a computer.
Skill and strategy.
A robot.
Exactly. Skill and logic. You have people's lives in your hand. You can't be like, oh my god, like that dog died. Or
well, no, I didn't mean that. I don't mean the
emotion.
notion.
Worried about your teammates.
I didn't even mean it necessarily in terms of sadness or anger or anything like that. Like sometimes, like being terrified is a good thing because if you can get that under control, like get scared and then just use that fucking adrenaline rush that you got from that, you can get like super focused, like super high energy. From like
well, that's what we're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's important not to like cut out your emotions, but use them to your advantage. Like manipulate around them. Like use that natural feeling of that high you get. And then
control them.
Yeah.
Don't let them control you.
That's the part about the military that's fascinating to me, that they actually can teach people to, like, you get in that situation and you fucking probably freak out what feels like eternity. It's probably half a second, and then you fucking, like, you're just there. You're just in a moment, and you have to make decisions to live. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, I don't want to pull up the video because it's a little too long and it's hard to see anything. But Dan and I watched a video about these Finnish troops that were in Afghanistan, and they actually were fighting Al-Qaeda. They were like on a patrol, and these guys were attacking them, and then they end up getting flanked. So they're in a full-on surround.
I saw that.
And like your thought process in that moment, you don't have time to be afraid. You don't have time to really even communicate that well. Like if you see an opportunity, you just have to take it. Like you just have to rely on pure instinct and training, and that's the same.
Yeah.
I think the military is something that highlights that skill set because it's very important. But I think that's important for a lot of other things too. I think people don't trust their instinct and gut enough in like day-to-day situations. Like people like to be so methodical and planned out that they don't ever just go with what mentally just fits or like is intuitive to them. I think people are always like it's almost like an insecurity where people like don't want to trust themselves. And like you always have those people that just seem like they can't make any decisions or are just lost without other people. And like that's I don't know. I think people in general should learn how to control their emotions better. I guess is the point I'm trying to make. Not just if you're in the military, but people as a whole should be educated on like
it's just discipline.
how they react to different situations and understand how to work around that. And not enough people do, me included.
Yeah.
Like I have huge temper issues, and
Everybody.
but like when I get super angry, like I know for a fact I can get like blind rage where like I just need to walk away because like the only way for me to control it is just by separating myself from the situation. I will not calm down face to face with you without like a crazy amount of effort. But I think I don't know. I always find it interesting when there's people that just snap and they just lose it and they just can't control it.
Just too much stress. They can't take it anymore.
It's sad. Stress is rough, man.
That's the name of the game.
I've been working so much lately, and with like so many deadlines and things like that, I get to the point at work where like I literally have like 4 calendar invites pop up for shit, and like people are talking to me about something else, and then someone's calling my phone, and I'm getting like pinged to do something, and like I literally just like have so many thoughts going through my head that I just like shut down. Like I don't even know what to do. I have to just get up and walk away to like think about everything I'm gonna do. It's like it's crazy
Process it all.
It's crazy how hard stress can hit you.
It can fuck with you. Totally.
Did you send something? I don't think I heard the noise, but
yeah, it was a text. You guys want to call it? I think we're good. I think we're good for time today.
I think we're good.
Hello.
I hope everybody enjoyed the show today. We had that new format we were talking about last week that no one watched. Hopefully you'll watch this week because this week is actually great. Yay! It was
Please
fun.
let us know. I think this is probably hopefully more entertaining.
Yeah,
I agree. Comment, like, subscribe, and
all that stuff. All this stuff down here.
Tell us videos you want us to talk about. Let us know.
Yeah.
We'll do it all.
And we'll do our best to bring it.
Cool.
Thanks for watching, folks.
Till next week.
Till next week.
Deuces.
See you guys.